So imagine you have identified a major problem at work. It could be a problem with your operations or any other major challenge you are facing. You have a pretty good idea on why this problem is happening and what are the implications to the business, and you do have a little bit of an idea on how to solve the problem. But hold on, there is one big question you need to still ask yourself. How will you tell the boss? Well, in this video, I will share with you a basic storytelling structure which will help you in framing communication to your leadership or to your line manager, especially when the news is not so good.
My name is Jamil Hai, and I've been working in supply chain management positions across South Asia, Middle East, and North America for the last 2 decades. And my mission is to help you build real life skills for your job and career that they don't teach you in college.
So the framework I'm about to share with you is called the Situation, Complication, and Resolution Framework, or SCR. I will share with you how this framework works and also give you a real life example from my own industry. So the way this works is that you start by sharing what's happening. Give an assessment of the situation. Try to be as balanced as possible. Take the emotions out. Use more facts. Once you have shared the assessment of the situation, the next thing you do is you talk about the complications. So you have the situation that you have, but what are the complications associated with this and what are the implications associated with this? So you further explain the challenge, and once again you use as much data as possible to explain it so that your claims or your assessment of the situation and the complications you are sharing are backed up by strong data. Once you have done that, then you move to the final step of this process, which is the resolution, which is where you share your proposed solution and why do you think it's going to work. So now let's look at a real life example on how this framework could be applied. Since I work in the supply chain industry, I will share with you one example from my own line of work. So in this example, the situation is that there is a strike at the port and 50 containers are stuck. If these containers don't clear on time, this can risk the business by $2 million. The complication is that there is a backlog at the port, and even if the strike ends tomorrow, it will take at least 3 weeks to release the containers. Now, this is complicating because even if everything was perfect and tomorrow, there was a resolution of the strike, for whatever reason the strike was happening, we are not going into the details of that. But even if that whole issue is resolved tomorrow, what you are telling the business is that it will at least take 3 more weeks for the problem to be resolved for your company. So now you have a clear assessment of what's going on, what's the situation, and what's the complication or implication. And then you move to the resolution. So based on your assessment, you have taken a peek at the stock levels of your customers, and you have identified that most of your customers have got a decent amount of stock for these items which are stuck at the port. So what you're proposing here is that we inform the customers about these delays and ask them to focus on sales of other items which we can supply right now for the next 4 to 5 weeks. By the time this issue will get resolved and we'll get our supplies back, and in this way they can minimize the impact on the business, and once we resume the supply of these items which are stuck, then we can push those items to the sales team. So you can see in this case you have done a very basic assessment of the situation. You have identified the complication and the implication on your business, and then finally you have proposed a resolution which could minimize the impact on the business. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Keep watching, learn, and apply these soft skills to your job and career. Good luck.